All right, everyone. So now we are talking about books and how adults have actually not read them in some time. So there is about 27% of college graduates who haven't read something in the past year, and I'm talking specifically of books. All right, so specifically from PewResearch.org. Roughly a quarter of US adults, 27%, say they haven't read a book in whole or in part in the past year, whether in print, electronic, or audio form, according to a Pew Research Center survey conducted January 8th to February 7th. Who are these non book readers? Okay, so, and that's just within the past year. So, it, now imagine just over time. So I'll just read the second paragraph and we'll just go a little more further in. So several demographic traits correlate with non-book reading. Pew Research surveys have found several demographic traits correlate with non-book reading. Pew Research Center surveys have found. For instance, adults with a high school diploma or less are far more likely than those with a bachelor's or advanced degree to report not reading books in any format in the 12 months before the survey, 44% to 8 versus 8%. Adults with lower levels of educational attainment are also among the least likely to own smartphones, a device that a device that saw a substantial increase in usage for reading ebooks from 2011 to 2016. College educated adults are more likely to own these devices and use them to read ebooks. Think about that for a moment. Just think about that for a moment. The fact that we're not buying physical books like this um, should tell you something. Like, now I know lumber costs have gone up and paper not that cheap. Go buy used books on eBay at this point. I'm dead serious because um it, unless you're reading off a very specific script or narrating audiobooks such as I do, um put your turn these devices off, put them in your pocket or put them away, and and I and crack open a book. I, y- I do talk a lot about controlling the source of your income on my podcast, on my YouTube channel, and you want to know how you get there? You increase your skill level and you read books. That's how you do it. And and it and there is definitely, I don't think some of these people were honest in the surveys because think about it. Most people that you know are 9 to 5 workers. They just want to watch football on Sundays. When was the last time a book captured any segment of the population? I mean, like there was something like Catcher in the Rye, like even controversial, like such as that. Maybe Harry Potter back in the early 2000s, but even still, that had nothing, though it wasn't even a comparison to Of Mice and Men or Catcher in the Rye or even Lord of the Flies. I mean, and these were books that we read in English class as well. And to top it all off, um, you know, the U.S. just is ranking so low edu- in education, and And we have the technology to be so much better, and we don't. I mean, everyone can be more, and yet, we get comfortable and don't want to pursue any more. The bottom line is that you have got to read more books. Your goal, I mean, set a minimum of 12 books a year. I'm not even saying they have to be long, just 12 books a year. That's a book a month. You can read 100 pages in a month. You can do it. That's that's like 3 4 pages a day. It's not that hard. And 20, like kids nowadays are complaining about reading 20 pages. Like back when I was your age, I read 25 easy. Like I think I read like 40 or 50 one day. Like I was bored, and the power was out, and it was National Turn Off Your TV Day some days, or yeah. So yeah, so in terms of these colleges of just education, uh level, like the lower you go, you're less likely to read a book. And even if you're only a high school graduate, just go to your library and pick up a book. Like there's no excuse. Information is so cheap nowadays. Now I will actually be pulling up CNBC, and this is from 2019. So this is from 2 years ago. Right. All right. So yeah, reading has been shown to improve your physical and mental health. Keep that in mind. Research from professors at UC Berkeley have found that the more children read, the greater their vocabulary growth and cognitive skills. All right. So yeah, so 24% of Americans haven't read a book. I'm sorry, American adults haven't read a book in the past year. Here's why. Yeah, but according to Pew Research, roughly a quarter of American adults don't read books at all. 24% of American adults don't read books at all. In fact, in 2018, the research group released figures suggesting that 24% of American adults say they have not read a book in part or in whole, in print or electronically or audibly in the past year. Audibly, wait, going back to the other survey from Pew Research, audibly, if you have time to read, no, excuse me. If you have time to listen to a podcast, you can listen to an audiobook, and you technically don't even need an app. I mean, go to my website and download my audiobook. Shameless plug right there. But yeah, you can even listen to samples as well, from audiobooks.com and audiobooks now and Chirp and Audible and all those sites. Just you don't even listen to the samples. Like to any adult American who has at least a college education, or has at least passed high school, get some books. Like like the reason the reason why we have not really had an entertainment revolution is because we haven't been willing to just open up and try new ideas. To and this is more for the writers, uh, the writers, authors. Put your content out there. I don't think I've said this enough, but if your story sucks, I mean, let it. It's better that you publish it and have a few people read it, then no one ever read your work at all, because I think you can uh, change. All you have to do is just change someone's mind, or change someone's world rather. Um, and you can entertain someone. And even though like some people would think your book is crap, guess what? You get to change that one person's life. You get to. And um and and guess what? You create that one book. If you're that author that creates that one book that creates this book revolution, and everyone wants to read your book, you have you would help solve this crisis of American adults not reading books. I, geez, and if that's the adults, I don't even want to know what the kids are doing right now. Like, I mean, on summer break, I read like 3, 4 books every summer, from like when I was 12 to in high school, and even up to the age of 18. Like, I read like John Grisham and stuff like that, and it was still fun. Uh, as well. So, with that being said, go read a book. And if you're an author, go write a book. And if you're an audiobook narrator, go narrate some books. So, get out there, go change the world, people. And until the next one, stay safe, stay great. I'll talk to you then.